Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. Carter is up for a big surprise. Tuesday, May 20th, 2025 teasers for the Bold and the Beautiful show that Carter is feeling stupid and Ridge is perplexed. Carter, guess what? Hope Logan sobbed as she told Liam Spencer that she only wanted to spend the rest of his life with him because Carter Walton is still unaware that Liam Spencer is dying. Furthermore, Hope is unaware that Carter took Daphne Rose back to his apartment after overhearing a portion of that conversation. Carter is therefore a little taken aback when Hope approaches him with news. Hope told Liam she didn't want anything to do with Carter, didn't she? Why is she suddenly approaching him? It's illogical. After a lengthy conversation with Steffy Forrester Finnegan, she is set to reveal something shocking to Carter. In fact, Hope and Steffy have reconciled. Some significant news that will rock Forrester Creations will accompany those reparations. Is Hope going to tell Carter the outcome of her conversation with Steffy, or is he going to find out why Hope actually said all those things to Liam? In any case, his system will be shocked by everything. Ridge is baffled. Additionally, Ridge Forrester is unaware that Liam is nearing the end of his life. He wants to know what the devil is going on when Steffy approaches him with a completely different mindset on Hope. As far as Steffy was aware, he had no intention of seeing Hope in the building ever again. Brooke, Logan's youngest daughter, was no longer needed by the corporation, and her line was gone. What has changed, then? Ridge is interested in knowing that. Since nothing significant happened to cause this change in attitude, how can Steffy suddenly want Hope back? Will Steffy inform her father of Liam's passing? She has already told Hope and Taylor Hayes the news, so why add another at this stage? It could make sense to tell Ridge about this small secret because Steffy could need all the help she can get. Will Carter and Hope reunite on Bold and the Beautiful due to an unexpected pregnancy? Will Carter soon be able to fulfill all of his dreams? Is Bold and the Beautiful laying the groundwork for an unexpected and stunning turn? Ever since Hope and Carter revealed their unexpected, sultry, and promising brief romance, fans have been raving. After the revolution, everything fell apart as quickly as it had begun, but one wild card hypothesis has surfaced. What if Hope is expecting Carter's child? A baby bump, lies, and love? Everything would be completely upended by that prospect, in typical soap opera way. It would significantly disrupt Carter's life in addition to causing immediate drama for Hope, who is now fixated on a dying Liam. A surprise pregnancy would put him one step closer to realizing his long-held desire of having a wife and child. Real repercussions, rebounds, and regrets. Even when it brought her into trouble, Hope has always followed her heart. A vulnerable time with Carter felt like a diversion after Thomas, but perhaps it was fate. Should she be carrying Carter's child, the repercussions would be enormous. Steffy would be caught off guard, Liam would have conflicting emotions, Brooke would undoubtedly have ideas, and Thomas? To put it mildly, the man's reaction might be so explosive that he might return to town. This would be Carter's biggest plot point in a long time. He needs a serious shakeup because he has been officiating weddings and been left behind by Quinn, Rena Sofer. Perhaps the unforeseen anchor he never anticipated would be a baby with Hope. If the two decide to try again, it might also result in a completely different dynamic within the family, not as a romantic relationship, but as co-parents and possibly more. Oh, sweetheart. Is this plot merely a work of fiction? Perhaps. However, when was anything predictable in Los Angeles? A Hope and Carter baby bombshell may be the twist that completely upends the program if it wants to liven things up for the summer. Is Justin's unexpected love story Daphne's new target? According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Daphne Rose appears to be completely enamored with Carter Walton. But it appears that Carter and Hope Logan are being pushed back by the soap opera. What implications does that have for Daphne's future, then? Who might be the Nose's next partner? Could it turn into a soap opera power couple and an unexpected new love story? Let's discuss the options after you finish reading. The obsession of Daphne Rose. Daphne's attraction in Carter has never been concealed. She was merely a plant at Forrester Creations when the Paris perfumier entered the scene. Daphne fell for her target while performing Steffy Forrester Finnegan's dirty work. Daphne appears to be becoming quite fixated. She wants Carter more the more difficult it is for her to acquire him. The dying pressure of Liam Spencer. Liam Spencer, meantime, has an incurable brain tumor that is killing him. It appears that Liam wants forgiveness and peace for everyone in his life, not just for himself. Hope and Steffy have already been urged by Liam to set aside their enmity. Additionally, there are hints that Steffy is about to extend another offer to Hope for a position at Forrester Creations. Additionally, Liam is pressuring Hope to reconcile with Carter. Liam seems obsessed with Carter because he believes Hope will need someone to rely on. Wishing Logan a happy reunion? It is hinted that a reunion will take place by the end of the week. The pairing of Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan is always possible. But with all of Liam's pressure, it appears more likely to be Hope and Carter. Carter has never truly been accepted by fans. There was no discernible build-up, and it appeared to occur suddenly and without cause. However, Carter and Hope were already bonded by the Forrester Creations takeover in the soap opera. It appears that the couple will get back together when Liam passes away. The story of Justin Barber's love? What will happen to Daphne if Carter and Hope do get back together? She does have a perfume brand, but that doesn't really tell the narrative. Daphne will therefore need to find another activity. That may be the reason why Zend Forrester Dominguez, Electra Forrester, and Will Spencer urged the Nose to launch a new collection. Daphne will have an excuse to remain in Los Angeles as a result, but what about her next partner? Could Justin Barber be a suitable match for Daphne, even if we haven't seen him recently? Is the friendship between Steffy and Daphne doomed on The Bold and the Beautiful? Although Steffy Forrester has always been a passionate and devoted friend, betrayal, secrets, and shifting allegiances frequently put her relationships to the test. Daphne was one of her closest confidants for a while, someone she had complete faith in. But no bond is ever really safe in the dramatic world of The Bold and the Beautiful. Their formerly strong relationship may be in danger of disintegrating now that Daphne has gone too far, whether it was through deceit, a romantic relationship with someone Steffy loves, or a covert plan. Is there a potential for reconciliation, or is Steffy and Daphne's friendship doomed? The basis of their companionship. The bond between Steffy and Daphne first appeared to be unbreakable. They stood together against shared adversaries, helped one another during tough times, and shared personal hardships. Considering how cautious Steffy is about trust, Daphne might have been one of the few people she really allowed into her inner circle. For a while, it looked as though nothing could separate them because their relationship was based on respect for one another. But friendships are frequently based on flimsy foundations in the B&B industry. Secrets are revealed, alliances change, and loyalty may be subordinated to personal goals. Their friendship could swiftly degenerate into a sour rivalry if Daphne has deceived Steffy, whether it is by allying with Sheila, getting engaged with Finn, or manipulating a scenario for her own benefit. What could have happened at the breaking point? Daphne may have endangered her friendship with Steffy in a number of ways. A startling betrayal. Steffy would not forgive Daphne if she had been working against him in secret, possibly by plotting with Sheila, giving information to an adversary, or even pursuing Finn behind Steffy's back. Steffy can't readily forgive dishonesty because she's been burnt too many times. A love triangle. Steffy would consider it the greatest betrayal if Daphne started to feel something for Finn or another of his previous loves. Steffy has put a lot of effort into getting married, and their friendship would end if Daphne became involved. A secret plan. What if Daphne wasn't actually Steffy's buddy in the first place? Steffy would immediately sever relations with Daphne if it were discovered that she had hidden agendas, such as obtaining closeness to him in order to obtain access to Forrester Creations or to get revenge. A conflict over family loyalty. Steffy would consider it a personal betrayal if Daphne sided with someone he hates, such as Sheila or even Taylor in the event of a mother-daughter conflict. For Steffy, family always comes first, and anyone who jeopardizes that is an adversary. Is there any hope for their friendship? Despite her fierce temper and propensity to harbor grudges, Steffy has occasionally exhibited forgiveness, particularly toward those she genuinely cares about. There may be a remote possibility of reconciliation if Daphne truly regrets her actions or if her betrayal was inadvertent. But when someone stabs Steffy in the back, she doesn't forget it easy. In order to keep their friendship going, Daphne would have to admit her errors and express sincere regret. Demonstrate her devotion in a significant way, such rescuing Steffy from a dire situation or defending her from a more serious danger. Show that Steffy values their friendship more than anything else by cutting off contact with anyone who disagrees with her. Even yet, Steffy might continue to distance herself from Daphne for a while. Rebuilding trust may be challenging, particularly in the high-stakes world of the bold and the beautiful. The repercussions: what will happen to Steffy and Daphne next? The impact may be dramatic if their friendship is really over. Since Steffy doesn't tolerate betrayal, she may ruin Daphne's life by excluding her from Forrester Creations, disclosing her secrets, or even turning her friends against her. Depending on her personality, Daphne may retaliate violently or make a valiant effort to gain Steffy's forgiveness. However, Steffy might eventually learn the truth and soften if Daphne's betrayal is a part of a bigger plan. Perhaps Sheila or another villain is manipulating her. However, it would take a lot for her to truly trust Daphne again. In conclusion, a friendship on the verge of collapse. The friendship between Steffy and Daphne is currently in jeopardy. Their link might be irreparable if the betrayal is as profound as it appears. Steffy has experienced too much for her to readily accept the return of another unfaithful friend. There is a slim possibility for Daphne to be saved, nevertheless, provided she can demonstrate that she is genuinely sorry and that Steffy is the object of her loyalty. Ultimately, drama, treachery, and shifting alliances are what make the bold and the beautiful so successful. Depending on how far Daphne is prepared to go to make things right and whether Steffy has the capacity for forgiveness, their friendship may be doomed. There is no doubt that there will be a devastating fallout if their friendship breaks. Ridge's discovery, Daphne's flight, and Liam's treatment option. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, a teaser clip for the week of May 19, 2025, has been made public. It depicts Grace Buckingham presenting Liam Spencer with a dangerous course of treatment. Daphne Rose gets ready to take a bold step. Ridge Forrester is also devastated by Hope Logan's return to Forrester Creations. Let's discuss what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. The good news of Brooke Logan. First, let's talk about Brooke Logan. Brooke and Hope are in the CEO's office at Forrester Creations at the start of the teaser footage. Ridge appears taken by surprise when he enters abruptly. It seems that Ridge is unaware that Hope was offered a position at the company by Steffy Forrester Finnegan. Brooke excitedly conveys the good news to Ridge as soon as he enters. But Ridge appears more disappointed than delighted to hear that Hope has returned. A threat from Daphne Rose. As for Daphne, it seems that she doesn't actually get Carter. Hope is being pressured by Liam to get back together with Carter. Hope didn't think that was conceivable, but she also didn't think Steffy would ever return her work. Thus, it appears that Hope's situation is improving. Daphne was on the verge of capturing Carter. Hope seems to interrupt, which is the only issue. The COO finds out about Liam's terrible illness when Carter chastises her for what she said to him. Afterwards, Daphne sobs to Steffy and declares her intention to flee to Paris. Naturally, Steffy is opposed to her friend leaving. However, it may be a bit much for Daphne and Hope to work in the same building. This is Grace Buckingham's recommendation. Liam is informed that there might be a treatment option at the hospital. However, the doctor warns Liam after he doubts Grace. According to Grace, Liam's quality of life could be significantly impacted by this course of treatment. It sounds quite dangerous, but death is the alternative. Although Liam is not ready to pass away just yet, he also does not want to leave Beth Spencer, Jordan Lynn Ariza, and Kelly Spencer, Sophia Parras, fatherless. How likely is it that Liam will benefit from this treatment? What does it signify for the character if it does have an impact on his quality of life? Will Liam be able to be saved? What is the plot that you are most excited to see? When Liam receives terrible news, everyone is stunned. Hope Logan, Liam Spencer, and Belinda Gates Turner May 19, 2025. According to the 2-week spoilers for May 19 to 30, 2025, Bold and Beautiful, unfortunate Liam Spencer will receive terrible news, and Hope Logan will astound everyone. Spoilers for Bold and Beautiful, Carter Walton bends. In regards to Daphne Rose, Carter Walton is finally beginning to change his mind on Monday, May 19th. After seeing Hope assure Liam that he is her future, Carter feels deceived and is leaning in for support. He feels deceived even though Hope ended their relationship and told Carter that he had misled her. Carter informed Daphne that she was correct about Hope. It's picking up on Monday, and that was on Friday. Daphne appears to be on the verge of capturing Carter. Hope was also urged by Liam to go tell Carter that she still loves him. She's going to his house, where Daphne is snooping around Carter in an attempt to kiss him. It's all about timing. Additionally, Hope and Steffy Forrester have moved past their turbulent past and are developing a sincere friendship as a result of the devastating news of their shared ex-husband's passing. Everyone else will be shocked, especially their families and co-workers, but Liam and Finn will be thrilled that the women are getting along. However, they have now decided to set aside all of the trivial Betty things because of Liam's impending death. Bold and Beautiful, Liam receives horrible news and Hope astonishes everyone over the next 2 weeks, May 19th to 30th. Spoilers for Bold and Beautiful, Hope's big news and Carter's predicament. Hope delivers some significant news to Carter on Tuesday, May 20th. Now, I would wager that regardless of what she witnesses, Hope would have come to clarify that she is back with Liam and that they are leaving if she saw Carter getting really near, kissing, or about to kiss, or something similar. However, that might just support the choice she is making. Additionally, Hope is unlikely to tell Carter that Liam has this grave diagnosis and is near death for the time being. She will, in my opinion, be more adept than Steffy at concealing Liam's death. Ridge Forrester's brain will spin by Steffy's radical change of heart over Hope. Hope will never be allowed to enter Forrester Creations again, according to Steffy's insistence. Ridge and Eric Forrester had promised Carter that they would rehire Hope as part of regaining the company. However, Steffy vehemently disagreed with them, but it appears that she is suddenly reconsidering her position on Hope this week. Ridge, her father, is curious as to why. Now that Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, is aware of Liam's true identity, I'm willing to wager that Ridge will soon learn as well. Taylor, rather than Steffy, may have said to Finn and Taylor, "You know, I really can't tell anybody else. This must remain a secret." The heartbreaking news of Hope and Liam's reunion. Then we have a lovely reunion with a previous couple on Wednesday, May 21st. This is probably going to be Hope and someone, which may be either Hope and Carter or Liam. Although Ridge and Brooke Logan are also ex-partners, I don't believe they are currently running for office. We shall see. However, I predict Hope and Liam. Since Hope is preoccupied with the idea that she betrayed Liam by kissing Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, and that her life collapsed when her marriage to Liam ended, why would she return to Carter while he is dying? Spoilers for Bold and Beautiful, Liam's tumor expands. We have Elector Forrester, Will Spencer, and Zend Forrester Dominguez proposing a fresh line to Daphne Rose on the same day, midweek, week 1. Perhaps they want her to start a jewelry or apparel business, or perhaps they have some ideas for a new scent line. Additionally, I wonder whether it is related to Hope's potential return to Forrester Creations. Additionally, Liam receives heartbreaking news from Dr. Grace Buckingham. Liam might have a bigger tumor. Grace might be estimating when he will pass away. Liam's estimated expiration date can be provided to us. He is experiencing terrible headaches, which is a major warning sign that the tumor in his brain is becoming worse. Taylor vs. Brooke and Katie's guidance. Taylor and Brooke will square off once more on Thursday, May 22nd, regarding who ought to be with Ridge and the events of the fashion show. Brooke may continue to gossip about Taylor, saying that she had no place backstage and that Ridge is her destiny and doesn't belong with his other ex. But I can also picture Taylor making fun of Brooke for her frantic actions with the showstopper, which didn't make Ridge reconsider. Although I believe these gave him some pause, he ultimately decided to stay with Taylor, at least for the time being. Additionally, Ridge receives some guidance regarding his romantic life from Katie Logan, Heather Tom. It goes without saying that Katie will advise me to break up with Taylor and return to my sister Brooke. Accept your fate. It won't work, you know that. Not just now, anyhow. We shall see. A bold and beautiful week ahead, Brooke's transition and Liam's destiny. Whoever the happy reunion is, they are enjoying their reunion on Friday, May 23rd. And perhaps he will inform her that his time is running out if it is Liam and Hope. Liam's expiration date might have an impact on Hope and Carter. We shall see. I simply cannot see her reclaiming Carter. However, something has finally caused Brooke to stop whining about Ridge. Additionally, Hope may have received an invitation to return to FC and the news that she and Steffy are pals. Hope might also be informing Brooke about Liam's death sentence, which could serve as a reminder to Brooke that she is fortunate even though she isn't currently with Ridge. Spoilers for Bold and Beautiful, Steffy and Hope's bond and Liam's declining health. After receiving unfavorable news from Grace, Liam's symptoms worsened during the week of May 26th to 30th. Over the next 2 weeks, Liam's health will begin to deteriorate considerably further. And I wonder if Bill Spencer will question his son about what's happening after noticing that Liam is clearly not feeling well. On Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy and Hope grow closer. The goal of these two is to maximize the time that Liam and their girls have left with him. As Liam's condition deteriorates over the next several weeks, Hope and Steffy are becoming more dependent on one another in their grief. Since Steffy is letting go of the resentment, which is well earned, Hope might have the opportunity to regain her position at Forrester Creations. But it goes without saying that Ridge, Eric, Carter, Daphne, and everyone else will want to know what has transpired in order to persuade Steffy to reconsider her feelings with Hope. And since Hope could want to devote all of her attention to Liam's dying, I do question if she will even want to return to Forrester Creations at this time. Finn's race against time, Ridge's dedication, and Brooke and Carter's future. Although Ridge promises Taylor that he is devoted to her, he might get envious of Nick and begin to second-guess himself when he reappears in June. It might be time for Brooke and Carter to give up on regaining Ridge and Hope. Additionally, Deacon Sharp is overjoyed that Hope and Liam are becoming closer. When Hope tells her father Deacon that Liam is dying, Deacon will undoubtedly feel awful for both Hope and his granddaughter Beth. I do wonder if Hope will tell him. Finn also looks for a way to prolong Liam's short life. Finn will most likely be searching everywhere, talking to Grace and the Neuro team, conducting research, and trying anything else he can to extend Liam's life, even if he is unable to save it. Scott Clifton of The Bold and the Beautiful gives Liam death shockers. Liam Spencer of The Bold and the Beautiful is attempting to live life to the fullest despite his impending death, but is he going to get a miraculous recovery like Eric Forrester, or is this the end for the man who could never decide between Steffy Forrester and Hope Logan? Liam could actually die, which is shocking. It was thought that John Finnegan would discover a treatment at the last minute, just as he did for Eric, and save Liam when he was first diagnosed with an incurable brain tumor. However, according to Scott Clifton, that does not appear to be the case at this time. Clifton discussed the subject in great depth in a recent interview with Michael Fairman TV, although he was cautious not to reveal if Liam would actually die. Rather, his hints allow people to speculate about what will happen. He made it abundantly evident that BNB is not reproducing Eric's unexplained condition in its entirety. I don't want to retell last year's amazing story of John McCook. Clifton stated, I don't think you guys want to see a do-over of that fantastic story. That seems like the simple solution. After not appearing on TV for more than a year, Clifton expressed his happiness upon learning that Liam would be receiving a front-page feature. But when he learned what the story would be, he was taken aback. Clifton remarked, I know where this is going, but I can't tell you where the rest of that conversation went. The producer and head writer, Bradley Bell, is not playing around. That's how I will phrase it. The true meaning of Liam's story. After hearing about Liam's malignancy, Hope may have declared her desire to stay with him forever, but Clifton quickly clarified that this is not a romantic love story. This is not your typical love tale. It has to do with loss. It has to do with loving others when you're gone. When I'm no longer here, how can I still love you? If Liam is no longer alive, it's quite obvious where this story is going, and it seems like it will be heartbreaking for everyone.